I've always wanted to know, Titty Boy. How did that name come about?
That's a family given name. I'm an only child. My family, my mom calls me Tit. Family calls me Titty. Dad used to call me Titty Man. It's just, country slang, dirt road type of term, meaning spoiled brat, only child, being breastfed, something like that.
Oh, so that's what it means. It means that you was on.
Yeah, nothing derogatory towards women, nothing like that.
I always thought it was just a boy that likes titties. That's what I thought. I like titties too. So
I don't dislike titties, but that in my eyes would be lame to be called Titty Boy because I like pussy. I won't call myself Pussy Boy.
Yeah, that would be that name would be rough. At what point did you decide to change your name to 2 Chainz?
2 Chainz was just a natural progression. I didn't wake up one day and say I'm gonna change it. For those that were listening, I actually said it on the first verse of my first song on Player Circle, Supply and Demand CD. I put out 2 albums with Player Circle, which was DTP, Def Jam. And in one of the intros, I said Titty 2 Chainz. And just kind of been going with the AK. And, people started listening. I started saying before my songs and my verses when I started doing solo mixtapes, and it kind of caught.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you think that changing the name really helped you out in the long run?
Definitely did.
Yep.
Basically, definitely child friendly, people friendly, definitely.
No doubt. Now, you had Duffel Bag Boy. It was a big hit, and then we kind of didn't hear from you for a little while. In terms of like on a mainstream level, what really were you going through after the song did good, but the album wasn't a huge seller? So what did you really go through after that whole point?
I didn't go through anything. You can't miss nothing that you ain't never had. So for me, it's not like I was going from one extreme to the other. It was all a learning experience. I knew it happened real quick, so I understood. It was Lil Wayne's time, so I didn't caught up in it being my creation. He thought the hook is crazy. These days 80-90% of the song. You know what I'm saying? And if you have a memorable verse, then it can take it over the top. So. That was my, first time really getting mainstream success. A verse that I felt was dope. People still respected. Walking to the Gucci store, I'm home. Still talking about that swag.
Sure.
Being on top of my motherfucking game. And for me, like I said, I stayed down and doing what I normally do. I did my hustle thing, and I definitely put mixtapes together. I did things that wasn't on mainstream's radar that helped me get on mainstream's radar, which was, cover my backyard as far as Atlanta. The Mason-Dixie line as far as, doing my Memphis runs, my Alabama runs, Tennessee period, you know what I'm saying, the Carolinas, staying down, man, really getting a real foundation before I took off.
Now, you said you really put a lot of love into your lyrics. Well, what's really the process that you really go through, to really write something that's really gonna make an impact as opposed to just, people that just kind of like freestyle out of their shit?
Yeah, I don't write. I definitely come up with things off my head, but it's always...
You never write?
No, I never wrote that. Duffel Bag Boys was off the top of my head, everything. So, and that's why I've had a lot of respect with a lot of my peers. I had respect with my peers before I did the fans. Just doing songs with my peers and just being in the presence of my peers, you know what I'm saying, kind of like gave me confidence too to decide I could take it to the next level. So.
I'm competing against not just who's hot right now, or who's trendy right now. I'm competing against the whole canon of music. Like when I think about the greats like Big Daddy Kane and Rakim, they still in my top 10. Kendrick Lamar's creeping up into my top 10, but he only put out one official album and a couple mixtapes.
But Drake hit me up and was like, yo, I think people misconstrued in this tweet I just tweeted because he didn't hear about what I did said about my release party. He was like, yo, you did rip that song. And he was like, yo, I think he said that line was from an intro on his album or something, so.